Shalom, and welcome to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul, your Biblical Hebrew podcast. Shalom and welcome to our Biblical Hebrew podcast. What was so special about Noah's birth? Noah was the 10th generation from Adam. And when he was born, his father said the following words, Genesis 5:29. This will comfort us from our deeds and from the sadness of our hands. What does it mean? What is the sadness of our hands? How can hand or hands be sad? Ancient lore says that after Adam ate from the tree of knowledge, the bond between him and the infinite was broken, and all the generations that descended from him were infected by his sin. The Lord says that the generations that came from Adam were born with their fingers glued to each other, like they were ducks, meaning now when we look into our hands, we see that every hand has 5 fingers, and we open our palm, we see there is air, a space of air between each finger. And in a way, our palm or 5 fingers can help us using tools. We can hold a cup, we can write with a pen, we can catch little grains of salt together. Because each finger, in a way, is a tool. And the ancient lore says that this situation was not common after the first sin, because the generations which came from Adam all were born with meaty hand, without distinctions. It was one bowl of meat, and in a way it was a proof to the fact that Adam ate from the tree of knowledge and he harmed the covenant between man and God, because the covenant between man and God is always reflected by the number 10. This is why we have 10 fingers and 10 toes. But once Adam broke the covenant and ate from the tree of knowledge, the consequence was that his descendant did not have 10 fingers. They were like having meatballs, not hand or 5 fingers. And it is really hard to live like this. This was the happening of 9 generations. But in the 10th generation, something happened in the universe. A child was born, not with meatballs, but with a palm. And the palm was divided into one thumb, which grows up in the air, and 4 simple fingers, like we have now. And when the father of this child, Lamech, saw that his child was born with open 5 fingers and the thumb is rising up to the heavens, he looked at his palm, the baby's palm, and he said, "This shall comfort us from our deeds and from the sadness of our hands, from the land which the Lord has cursed." Why? Because he saw the potential of the covenant. Because the baby which was born, he was born with 5 fingers on each palm, which makes it 10 for both palms. And Lamech saw the covenant reflected in Noah, the fact that he was having 10 fingers was a sign that the covenant between humanity and God is being renewed. So this is why he named him Noach, Nun, Chet, from the verb yenachem. He shall comfort us. He shall comfort us, because when the sun is going upwards in the air into a different direction than the 4 simple fingers, we see the potential comes to life again. Because Adam, in his deed, 10 generations before Noach, he damaged this potential. He just went into actualization, into the material. But after 10 generations, there is renewal. And Noah was born with a thumb up, with space between the fingers. There is a renewal of the covenant. There is expression of the full covenant between heaven and earth of 10 fingers. And when Lamech, the father of Noah, saw this renewal, he says, this will comfort us. And he understood in a way that there is forgiveness for Adam's deed. So this was a little conversation about Noah, his fingers situation, and the renewal of the covenant between heaven and earth. Wishing you a beautiful day and wonderful week. Thank you for listening to Bible Stories as Blueprints of the Soul. We hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to hear more about a certain topic, just write us an email to hebrew@learnoutlive.com. We are always happy to hear from you. For more episodes, videos, and articles like this, please visit our website at hebrew.learnoutlive.com. We also would like to invite you to join our live classes. Just search for Online College of Biblical Hebrew on Facebook and start learning now with students from all over the world. Koltuv and Shalom.